Leigh-Ann Chetty, MTN SA's Senior Manager for Communication and Public Relations. Leigh-Ann, good afternoon to you and thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a bit more about this day. What is its significance really?
Good afternoon, Lindi, and thank you for having me on the show. So today is really significant because it gives us an opportunity to reflect on the role of telecoms and ICT in developing economies and societies. And I think today it's really brought to the fore the role that we are as a mobile operator has to play in the current coronavirus pandemic. I think we've seen the unprecedented impact on all spheres of our lives, forcing people to now work from home and learn from home. And certainly it's accelerated the adoption of the internet and of digital services. And we've seen a huge spike in data consumption as a result of that.
Well, talk to us about the state of the telecommunications industry. I mean, one of the things that have come up with experts is the fact that, many African countries like South Africa and different parts of South Africa have been very slow to adapting to technology and being reliant on digital, and that's hit us hard during this pandemic.
I think certainly in South Africa, the digital divide still impacts millions of South Africans. But for MTN, our vision remains rooted in our belief that every South African deserves the benefits of a modern, connected life. And to that end, we are certainly looking and exploring at ways constantly to ensure that we are, providing better access and more affordable connectivity options for South Africans. And I think in light of the coronavirus pandemic and its impact on South Africa, I think we've seen the industry step up and really come to the fore with some very innovative ideas and solutions, and looking at various ways of collaborating with many stakeholders to ensure that we ramp up connectivity in the country and that we're reaching all South Africans and making sure that everybody has access at this time.
And has COVID-19 changed telecoms in any way?
I think, it's still early days. We are obviously seeing a spike in consumption and greater demand as many South Africans are working from home and homeschooling. I think we have an opportunity now to really truly leverage connectivity and ICT to really empower the economy and drive growth and social transformation. So, that really remains our focus, and I think that is what we are working towards as MTN.
And what sort of sustainable measures is MTN looking at in the long run? Post the lockdown, we're seeing how businesses will be more reliant on digital more than ever before as, the industries and how they operate change. Schooling, more reliant on digital now than ever before as well. So what is MTN, how are you playing your role during this pandemic?
So certainly, even just prior to the lockdown, we had introduced several interventions to help South Africans during this time. We've seen price reductions on our sub-1 gig monthly data bundles of up to 50%. We've introduced a daily data lifeline, which gives all MTN subscribers 20 megabytes of data a day to just use on our Yoba platform. We have introduced very compelling social bundle deals on our Momo platform. So we are constantly looking at ways, both now and into the future, on how we can support South Africans and make sure that data and connectivity is more accessible and more affordable. So that's a constant for us. We're constantly reviewing our offerings and making sure that we are offering South Africans the best value and the best network connectivity we can offer.
And are you happy with how authorities have, responded, the likes of ICASA and so on?
Yes, certainly. I think all role players are collaborating really well. We've seen the issuing of temporary spectrum from ICASA, which has certainly helped us in enabling or addressing congestion issues in certain metros. So we welcome the allocation of temporary spectrum, and we look forward to the allocation of spectrum later this year. So I think certainly we've seen greater collaboration between all stakeholders. I think ourselves as MTN are working very hard with government, with NGOs, with the authorities to ensure that we are offering public benefit organizations zero-rated websites, zero-rating education platforms. So we're certainly trying our best, and we'll continue to do so.